Alright, Sagittarius, let's cut to the chase. This is your 2026 guide, and we're going to decode everything, this complete map together. We're going to give you the key dates you need to highlight, the moments that are screaming to you to go all in, and just as critically, when to pull back and recharge and let the celestial storms blow over. So if you are ready to grab the reins, let's get into it. Before we begin, this is the Darling Aura, and I'm Clarissa. Thank you so much for joining me. Sagittarius or Sagittarius cross watchers, please like, subscribe, follow if you like the video and it resonates with you. So if you want to get a full high definition picture of everything that's going on in your life, you need to check out your moon and your ascendant as well. The ascendant determines where specific areas in your life these planetary energies will be happening, and the moon is your emotional karma. Your sun sign is the what. Watching all of it gives you a complete story. So now let's get into the major themes for this year. The major themes for Sagittarius for 2026. For you, Sagittarius, this is a masterclass between the dreamy aspiration and the get it done discipline. You've been asked to build solid, lasting foundations, but in a way that still honors your untamable spirit and fire from within. 3 planetary stories that will be writing this script for you is first the headliner, the great Neptune and Saturn conjunction. This is a once in a generational event. On the 20th of February, Saturn, the planet of structure and reality checks, meets Neptune, the planet of dreams and illusion, at the very first degree in Aries. This seismic event lands in your house of creativity, the 5th house, the true love, risk, and pure, unadulterated self-expression. Saturn is demanding that you get serious about what brings you joy. It's asking you, are you just playing around, or are you building a creative legacy? Is it a fling, or are you ready for a love that lasts? Saturn isn't here to kill your fun, it is here to give it roots. Neptune, meanwhile, is dissolving boundaries, flooding your creative and romantic life with divine, otherworldly inspiration. The challenge and the magic of 2026 is both a disciplined artist and inspired muse. You're tasked with giving your dreams, Neptune, a solid structure, Saturn, whether it's a creative project, a new business, or a romance, you have to build a container to hold the magic. This energy will be electric all year, but especially around February and March. The second seismic shift is Uranus, the Great Awakener, officially planting its feet in Gemini, your opposite sign, on the 25th of April for a 7-year stay. The use of the Sagittarius rocks your 7th house of committed relationships, marriage, business partnerships, and key one-to-one relationships. Uranus is revolutionary. It shatters stagnation and demands authenticity. So over the next 7 years, your entire approach to practical partnerships will be reinvented. You may find yourself drawn to unconventional, brilliant, or just plain different kinds of people. They could be super eccentric, different from you in some way culturally. So existing relationships must evolve to allow for more freedom and individual growth, or they will be at risk of becoming unstable. And this can be sudden meetings or surprise breakups if partnerships are too restrictive. The key is to stay flexible when it comes to these dynamics. The more you cling to old school ideas of what relationships should be, the more chaotic Uranus will feel. So embrace the novelty and call for real, authentic connection. Finally, there's your ruling planet, magnificent Jupiter, Hove's wings. The journey is always personal for you, and in 2026, it hits 3 distinct zones in your chart. Jupiter begins the year in Gemini, your 7th house of partnerships, again, bringing luck and expansion to your relationships. Then, on the 9th of June, it slides into nurturing Cancer, which is your 8th house of shared resources, intimacy, and transformation. The grand finale comes on the 29th of June when Jupiter makes its grand entrance into fiery Leo, lighting up your 9th house. This is your home turf. Jupiter in your 7th house to start the year expands your world through others. Then it moves into your 8th house until late June, where it's a time for deep financial and soulful growth, possibly through a partner success, a loan or inheritance. It's also a time for profound psychological healing. But the real party starts on the 29th of June, when Jupiter enters Leo and your ninth house of travel, higher learning, and philosophy. This is like an astrological homecoming. The universe is giving a green light for you to do what you love. The urge to travel, learn, publish, teach, all this will feel like an immense call. This is a period of boundless optimism and adventure for you, Sagittarius. So the big picture here is that you're learning to bring discipline, magic to your creative life, revolutionizing your partnerships. It's a year of profound change. It's designed to align you more deeply with your truth. Now let's jump in month by month through 2026. January and February are strategic shifts and new realities. The year opens up for you with a final burst of energy in your work and routines. On the 26th of January, Neptune re-enters Aries for a long stay, followed by Saturn on the 13th of February, setting up a monumental conjunction in your fifth house of creativity. You will feel this shift, a call to get serious about your passions. On the 3rd of February, Uranus stations direct, bringing some forward momentum to changes in your daily work life, especially where you may have felt stuck. The main event is the annular solar eclipse in sign of Aquarius on the 17th of February. This potent new moon eclipses your third house of communication, learning, and community. Eclipses are like a wild card that accelerate fate in how you think and how you speak. A brilliant out of the blue idea could change everything. There's an opportunity to teach, to write, or to launch a media product that might just fall into your lap. Pay close attention to what emerges now. This is also the start of the Mercury retrograde pre-shadow period in Pisces, beginning around the 11th of February. So communication might start to feel a bit fuzzy as the month closes. The full retrograde begins on the 26th of February in your fourth house of home and family. So asking for introspection on those domestic matters. March and April is about career and relationship revolutions. So March is a pivotal month for you, Sagittarius. It kicks off an all-powerful total lunar eclipse in Virgo on March the 3rd, lighting up your 10th house of career and public reputation. A lunar eclipse brings things to a dramatic culmination. A major project could be complete, a promotion may go through, or you could just have a spark of realization that your current career path is no longer cutting it. This eclipse series is ending, so this is also about releasing perfectionism and celebrating what you've achieved. The Mercury retrograde in Pisces continues until the 20th of March, making the first few weeks of this time about reflection, home matters, and not making major decisions. Then the energy shifts dramatically. On the 24th of April, Uranus makes its official long-term move into Gemini and your 7th house of partnerships. This isn't a subtle energy, Sagittarius. It demands freedom, authenticity, all in your one-to-one connections. Relationships that feel stifling will be tested. If you're single, prepare to be surprised by who is drawn to you and embrace the unexpected. May and June are all about grounded growth and great expansion. May asks you to ground the recent burst of inspiration with Mars moving into steady Taurus. Your focus shifts to the 6th house of work and health. It's a great time for methodical progress on projects, implementing a new grounding fitness routine. June is a landmark month. On the 29th of June, your ruling planet Jupiter strides into magnificent fire of Leo. This is your homecoming in a fiery way. For the next year, you have the planet of luck and expansion lighting up the area of life you love most. Opportunities for travel, higher education, publishing, a grand adventure, and it all could be so abundant. May your optimism and sense of purpose play a real major part here as to remain at an all-time high. Mark this date. It's the beginning of a spectacular new chapter. However, the universe does love a bit of irony. So the second Mercury retrograde of the year begins on the 29th of June, the very same day. This time in Cancer and in your 8th house. So for 3 weeks, you must be extra cautious with your communication, with your shared finances, loans, and intimacy. These will all need to be reviewed and with a fine tooth comb. So don't sign anything during this time if possible. July and August are all about karmic shifts and cosmic releases. July brings a major karmic recalibration. On the 26th of July, the lunar moons of fate shift. The North Node moves into Aquarius and your third house. The South Node moves into Leo in your ninth house. For the next 18 months, your soul's growth lies in your immediate environment, your community, learning new skills, and how you communicate. It's about being a student again. The South Node in Leo, your ninth house, asks you to relieve any dogma beliefs or tendencies towards self-righteousness. It doesn't mean that you stop loving big ideas, but your evolution now comes from applying that wisdom into a more local, tangible way. The headline event is spectacular. Total solar eclipse in Leo on August the 12th. The eclipse happens in your South Node in your ninth house, signaling a major release of karmic completion. It's about letting go of any pride or ego-driven habits that prevent you from sharing your authentic wisdom. A chapter may close to make a more heartfelt way of being. This is followed by partial lunar eclipse in Pisces on the 27th of August or the 28th, bringing a final emotional release to your home and family, closing out the eclipse season that has been active for the last 18 months. September and October is all about diplomatic deals and the great relationship review. September brings a more balanced approach. Mercury in Libra enhances your ability to negotiate within teams and friend groups. Your love life, however, intensifies as Venus enters Scorpio in your 12th house of secrets and the subconscious. Relationships can become incredibly private and passionate. Be wary of power struggles. October is the most complex month of the year, dominated by major Venus retrograde. Venus stations retrograde in Scorpio on October the 3rd, beginning its backward journey into your 12th house. This is a time for deep internal work on your relationship patterns. Hidden issues, karmic ties, and unresolved feelings will resurface. It's time to face the skeletons in your relational closet. On the 25th of October, Venus retrogrades back into Libra in your 11th house of friendships, turning the review process outwards. You'll assess friendships and group dynamics. It's strongly advised not to start new relationships or make major financial investments during this time. To add another layer, Mercury stations retrograde in Scorpio on the 24th of October, also in your 12th house, making this a powerful time for therapy and deep soul searching. November and December. This is where the fog lifts and adventure returns. November brings a collective sigh of relief as the fog starts to clear. Both Venus and Mercury station direct around November the 13th to 14th, bringing clarity to your relationships and your mind. Hidden information may come to light and you can finally move forward. The sun enters your sign around the 21st of November, kicking off your Sagittarius season. Your energy and optimism and your zest of life, they return powerfully and renewed. The year closes on a high. Saturn stations direct on the 11th of December, easing delays in your creative and romantic life. You now have the maturity and the discipline to build a joyful life that you have been envisioning all year. A hopeful new moon in your own sign of Sagittarius offers a chance to set powerful intention for 2027. And all this from the wisdom gained from 2026, the discipline, the revolutionary partnerships, the deep healing. You are perfectly poised to aim your Sagittarius arrow towards an even brighter future. So there you have it, Sagittarius. 2026 is a journey of incredible depth and thrilling expansion, of course. You're being challenged to give your wildest dreams a solid foundation, to revolutionize your connections and to step into a new level of wisdom and adventure. The universe is asking you to become a master builder of your own joy. You have the map and you have the key moments and your adventurous spirit. All this is your ultimate guide. And if this forecast resonates with you, give it a like and subscribe for more deep dives into astrology. And then go and watch all your other placements. You can thank me later. All the details of the readings will be in the description below. Have a magnificent an expansive 2026, Sagittarius. You got this.